Podketeers.
Ice cold something. I forgot the lyrics of this song.
This one for that. How is that?
Hallelujah.
Woo! That was like the most popular song on the face of the planet, and I don't know the first. This one, is it this one? This one's for the Michelle Pfeiffer and stuff, and Willie Nelson. I don't know. Willie Nelson's under the song.
Of course.
I think I might just look up the lyrics because.
Please.
Now I'm curious.
I just know I'm no help right now.
Julio, get the stretch.
Julio.
Julio. Not
No, that's
Julio.
Gangster's Paradise.
No, Julio.
Julio.
Rip.
Me and Julio down by the schoolyard.
Oh. Julio Iglesias?
Maybe.
Your hero?
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. You know it. Let's see. This hit. Oh, it's this hit. That ice cold.
Michelle
so it's not
Pfeiffer.
towards the end.
Okay.
So it's this hit. That ice cold.
Michelle
Pfeiffer.
Pfeiffer. That white gold. This one for them hood girls, right?
That won't be copyrighted. That is great.
I'm singing it. I can sing whenever I want. Happy birthday to you. Remember that used to be copyrighted,
Now it's not.
Remember that?
Right?
And now it's
They're
not.
like, "Happy birthday," the most expensive song to put in a movie.
They should remake that for Hercules and be like, "Muses hit the hallelujah." And then they can use the muses for
They
it.
can
That'd be
make
awesome.
Hercules like how Aladdin at California Adventure was, where there's just a bunch of topical references.
Oh my goodness!
Like Phil could just do
I don't even know if it's okay to talk about Bruno Mars because apparently his latest song is spicy.
Spicy.
Like
Caliente?
it is not for the minivan anymore.
Fuego.
It's beyond fuego.
Muy fuego.
It is
mucho fuego.
It is the bomb beyond insanity. That's where we are with that song. We are at the bomb beyond insanity.
If it was a hot sauce,
Wing
it would be
7.
like the devil's tears.
Yes. No, it's worse. I'm telling you. Is the bomb on Hot Ones the 7th wing or the 8th wing? Do you remember?
You're asking me like I've ever watched an episode of Hot Ones besides the one that Donald Duck was on.
Maybe towards the end.
I know it's like in the last 2 or 3.
Well, now I gotta Google level.
Yes, please. Thank you.
I'm sure it's 8. 7 or 8. I can't remember.
You're probably right.
Something like that.
Well, I will tell you.
Because after that, like you just don't have taste buds, and then everything else just tastes like fire.
I guess I should look at the most recent
It's like
one.
Ralph being like, "It tastes like burning."
Is it like the name of the hot sauce?
Yeah.
The bomb is
the
8.
bomb beyond insanity.
Oh, it is
That's
8.
8. Queen Majesty is 9.
Holy.
And Hot One's
Okay,
the
so
last
it's 8.
dab.
Yeah.
Da bomb
And the last
8,
dab
da
is
bomb
always every couple seasons they up the ante and they have a new version of it that just gets hotter and hotter on the Scoville scale.
It looks like
it's insane.
Yeah, it looks like Da Bomb has been 8 since.
They
always?
just changed it, I think, because if I remember correctly, like all of the sauces on there have to be like naturally produced or something, and there's something in the bomb that's not natural, and so I think this last season they finally replaced it with something different.
I don't know. This article, are they on season 26?
They are on a lot of seasons. They almost have as many as The Simpsons.
Da Bomb Beyond. It has like
Congratulations to The Simpsons, by the way, on episode 800.
Yeah. Crazy stuff.
Yeah. Did you ever think The Simpsons was going to get to 800 episodes?
At this point, I just assume that The Simpsons will never not be on TV.
Yeah, that's safe to say.
The Simpsons is going to get to 1,000 episodes.
You think so?
Yeah. They're not going to cancel The Simpsons. It's like canceling the news. Like
that's true.
Listen,
like they change the news,
in the future.
but they don't cancel the news. There's always like that 8 o'clock slot, it's the news, or what? 6 p.m. news. It's always the news. Could be the different news, but it's 6 o'clock is the news. And Thursdays at 7 or whatever is The Simpsons.
Is the news. Just a different channel. I want to agree with you, except that Disney has surprised us by canceling things or getting rid of things that were just popular and people enjoyed, and they were like, yeah, no soup for you, we're done with this.
Right.
And they just take it away. So I would imagine that if they do continue to 1,000, I wonder if it's somehow going to get tied into bringing The Simpsons to California Adventure or something like that, since the contract with Universal is ending. And at some point, maybe they incorporate them into a Disney park.
How many years is that? Oh,
I was going to say.
Like 3.
Yeah, 3.5.
Yeah.
Oh,
Let's see. How many episodes of The Simpsons per season? There are 22 episodes per season.
But they have like 51 episodes banked right now.
Sure. But that's what I'm saying. They will release 22 episodes per season.
Okay.
So it's going to take them almost 10 years to get to 1,000.
There you go. I guess they're gonna come to California Adventure now.
Eventually.
2035, when The
Simpsons
are
coming to DCA confirmed.
so relevant. 2035, The Simpsons.
But listen, by then we don't even know if the asteroid is gonna hit the Earth or not. So, like, we don't know what's gonna happen.
I mean,
Team Asteroid.
the percentage did go down, and everybody was a little bummed. Well, I shouldn't say everybody.
It just went up.
Oh, joy.
It just went up. Hold on, let me see.
People, they want to avoid doom scrolling, but here we are bringing it to them in their ears.
The way things are going right now, hashtag Team Asteroid. I'm all about it. Let's see, what do we got? I'm not going to research this right now. It's way too much. It's 2032. I should have searched percentage. Let's see. I'm
surprised it doesn't have a fancy name.
Oh, I did fall.
No significant threat.
1.8%. Boo. Oh, well, I guess. Whatever.
It was at 3.1%. Oh, no, now it's at 0.004.
Oh, that went down.
It's at 4.
Greatly.
Yeah.
0.004.
Yeah. I think a lot of it had to do with the fact that it was at the point where it was wrapping back around, and so they couldn't calculate it, and so it has to come back enough so that they could figure out the trajectory again. But I don't know. I thought that was a fun story.
It was.
It was like, is this happening or is it not happening? What's going on here? Is this like Armageddon stuff? And I don't want to miss a thing.
Do we pay our bills or no?
I know, right? It's like, put it on the credit card. Don't worry. Asteroid is coming.
That's a good album, that Armageddon album.
That's a great album.
I just looked it up. Let's see. You got any other ideas of what songs are? There are 14 songs.
There's a ton on there from Aerosmith.
Oh, yeah.
Armageddon soundtrack.
I'm saying, do you want to guess? I have them up.
Oh, no, I do not.
Okay. I don't want to miss a thing. You got that one. Remember,
Sweet Emotions on there.
Sweet Emotion.
I know Sweet Emotions on there.
And
I don't
not
remember.
on there. Oh, yeah, yes, it
there.
is. Sorry, it's on there. And the other Aerosmith is Come Together, the Beatles cover.
Ah, yes.
And then there's a Steven Tyler.
Right now?
Huh?
He said come together. I said right now?
And there's a Steven Tyler Animal Crackers that's not it's not with Aerosmith. You got Remember Me by Journey, LaGrange by ZZ Top, Roll With Me, Bob Seger, When the Rainbow Comes, Sean Colvin, Mr. Big Time, John Bon Jovi.
I haven't heard from Sean Colvin in like decades.
Patty Smythe.
The last song I remember from Sean Colvin is Sunny Came Home.
Starseed, Our Lady Peace, Leaving on a Jet
I like
Plane.
Our Lady Peace.
Chantel Kreviazuk.
I remember Our Lady Peace. They were good.
Theme from Armageddon.
I could stay awake just to hear you breathing.
Let's see.
Watch you smile while you are sleeping. Should we go through the whole song? Do you think we'll get a copyright strike?
We already sang most of Uptown Funk, right?
That's right.
I mean, and we sang it perfectly.
We were on. It was just like the recording.
It's a great reminiscence.
Oh, jeez. Let's see. Hey, did you know the Duolingo Owl came back?
Did he?
It resurrected and everything with this like new Ozempic glow up in a green suit, like a third of his size.
He wasn't
just dancing around. No, he wasn't like Big Duo. He was like super glowed up Ozempic Duo.
It's been a while since he's had food.
Yeah, at least a week.
I'm out of it. So.
This is what happens. Like if you become a zombie duo, you lose all that weight. So there you go.
I guess that's the trick.
Yeah.
Just get hit by a Cybertruck.
Get hit by a Cybertruck. There you go. It's a curse, I guess. It's
Blessing
like a monkey's
and a
paw
curse.
thing. Blessing and a curse, maybe. For duo. Let's see. Got some game stuff on here. I haven't had a chance to play.
But
what? Disney Dreamlight Valley just updated this week. They're adding Aladdin and Jasmine to the game. But the big news about Disney Dreamlight Valley is that they made a ton of updates to the mechanics, a lot of quality of life updates that people have been asking for now since really the release of the game. I have been playing another game, which I could talk about in a moment, but I know, Mel, I know you played already. How are you liking the Dreamlight Valley update so far?
I love it. When I sent you guys the happy emoji that's crying, that's how I felt, because they finally patched it up to where you already know what items you have in your possession that are gifts for whoever's there, like villagers and stuff. So you don't have to go to, what was it? You had to go to collections.
Oh my God.
And then you had to go to characters. And then you had to look and find them. Hope you didn't scroll too far. And then look to see. Now you have this little like logo that it looks like a little gift, and it's right on the item, which is awesome.
Yeah. And at the bottom it tells you like which villager it is, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the best part is the cooking. I cannot remember anything. If I go to like make meals for whoever's ordering, I could have seen them as soon as I came in. I forget all the time. It's just, bad memory. And so when you press X so that you could see the recipes, you see like the new layout, and it has like, what does it have? It has, I think, quests, and then it has appetizers, dinner, and a dessert. But if you click on any of those, you'll see like, oh, this person needs this person needs this. Click on it and it's done. You just
they
press
added
your
two
minus.
menus to that one. I saw the image of that one. They added, so one of the additional menus on the left is all the ones in the restaurant. So you can just quickly go to the meals for the person. It just gives you a listing of the ones that
having
want
to, like,
in the
scroll through everything
or remember what they were,
Gotcha.
because
Nice.
that was one of the big things for me too, Mel. And then the other one is they allow you to favorite meals now. So there's like a little heart, so you can favorite.
So
meals
you'd be like,
that you
I'm making pumpkin puffs.
Yeah,
Right.
like if you want to sell a bunch of stuff, or if you have like a favorite pastry that gives you a lot of like poofy cloud, then you know you could just favorite it, which I thought was pretty good. They also added a search function, which I thought was nice. So even if it's
I
not
haven't
in
tried
the
that
menu,
one yet.
yeah, they added a search functionality and like a way to like sort them, similar to how you do the furniture. Where you can like add tags and then you can figure out like what they are. They added a similar functionality to the food stuff as well. So I read quite a bit about what the updates were. I just haven't had a chance to play it. Like a lot of the other stuff is like the new auto cookers that came with the last DLC. Now they tell you with a little green light on top if it's done cooking, so you're not like going and opening it and losing time. Like now there's a visual to whether or not it finished.
I know nothing about that.
Every additional house that you lay down, you can remove the little mailbox from outside.
So you can just use it as a decoration.
As a decoration, like it doesn't have the mailbox.
Okay.
The rooms you can now expand. Like you can customize the rooms inside
like
of the house.
Footprint size?
Yeah, so instead of buying the
No.
3x3, 6x6, or 10x10, you can customize the footprint of the room now to just make it what you want. The wallpaper is shiftable now. So when you're decorating, if you click on if you move your cursor to you know how sometimes the wallpaper didn't line up? And so like in the corners, you get this like weird overlap. Now you can click on the wallpaper and you can shift it back and forth to line it up the way that you want to. So it also lines up with doors and stuff like that. What else did they do that I remember? They took the 1 minute autosave out because it was really heavy in processing power.
Yes.
They did some enhancements so that the game runs way smoother than it used to.
Which I have noticed because my game would crash maybe an hour.
Yeah.
And it's gotten so much better.
I read a lot of comments
on Switch, right?
on everything.
But Melissa, you're playing on Switch, so you've noticed it.
Yep.
Be better.
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
Nice.
Some of the other stuff. Oh, they added the additional islands, the floating islands for decoration.
Well,
so now every
Yay.
biome has an island that you can purchase and decorate.
I use one for a parking lot.
I think the islands are the ones that I would like to do videos for the YouTube channel for. Like you just go decorate and just spend an hour or so just kind of having fun. They also added a mechanic where if you are decorating in mass, you can, with the R2 trigger, you can clear the entire thing so you can start from scratch. So you don't have to go and manually remove every single thing if all you're using is decorating and doing dream snaps, which I thought was a super cool feature.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff. In general, the other changes that I'm curious about are some of the changes that they made to the star path. They made some changes that are supposed to be easier, like with the fishing and stuff like that. It's supposed to be better than it used to.
I have noticed.
What is it? What is the change to that one? Because I didn't know the specifics for that change.
Basically, it used to be like you have to get this specific fish. And it's like, you know how you're fishing and you don't even get that many and you have to spend like all day, how many days, and you could get like 5 out of 10. So now they have a task, Now they have a task where it's you just have to have 10.
It doesn't matter what it is.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. In the last one, that stupid crab.
Yes.
Oh, I
didn't
hated
get
that
everything.
task. That was the worst.
And then also the stuff that they have in this Star Path, Adventureland stuff.
Oh, I gotta play.
Nice.
What is
I'm sorry.
What do we got? We got anything good?
Pretty much Agrabah and things like that.
It's mostly
like-
Agrabah stuff, yeah.
Oh,
because it was to theme it for Aladdin and Jasmine,
But you get more
Let's
palm trees
see.
and things like that. It's jungle thing and
Let's
desert.
see.
It still works.
I like it. I mean, I'm looking forward to it. Excuse me. I'm trying to get through as many things as possible because WWE 2K25 comes out in a couple of weeks, maybe in a week. I don't remember. And I got it for my birthday. It was a gift. Somebody gave me a gift card to redeem it. So it's been sitting there just with a countdown waiting for me to launch it. I think because it was a pre-order, I get to play on the 8th, which I get to play a little early. So I'm looking forward to that. But I did get an opportunity to play the Indiana Jones game because it came free with like Game Pass. I haven't gotten far. Like I literally just got to the first mission and then I shut it off. But the opening sequence, you're kind of getting used to the controls, but you're walking through the jungle. You're with a couple people, and then you get to the temple. You go and you get the idol. As you're running out of the temple, you got the boulder behind you, and you get to that portion of like the movie and the game where you have to cross over, and you're like, oh, toss me the whip. It's like, oh, well, toss me the idol, and then I'll toss you the whip. And then he's like, toss the whip. He's like, and then he just leaves. Yeah, exactly. So you got to do the run, and you got to jump across, and you got to pull yourself up and everything, and you barely make it out, and pull out your hat, and then it fades, and then like you get the title and everything.
You don't
then
like
the game
you don't
kicks
like
in.
then run up from a bunch of people, and then he goes,
No, it kind of ends right there.
From tribe
No,
members.
I thought it was going to do that, but from there it just kind of fades into the next scene.
And then he says,
where
"It's just my
you are-
pet snake, Reggie."
No, at that point
Aw.
you're at the school, you're at the college, and then you're just like walking around.
Excuse
You're
me,
We're
Marshall
kind of waiting for the
College?
name.
Marshall,
Marshall.
put some respect on
Marshmallow
the name
College. I'm sorry, Marshmallow College.
Stay puft,
So yes,
Marshmallow Man.
so you're at
College.
Marshmallow College, right? And he hears this noise, and the museum element of the school gets ransacked, and there's this really tall dude with like a medallion and stuff that's like, he literally like is a giant. He's like 10 feet tall compared to Indy, and then he beats him up. He tries to fight him, and then he like runs out of a window, and then Indy finds this medallion. He's like, I know where to go. And so he goes and he packs up, and who's his buddy? Who's the other guy? I forget his name.
Wait, his buddy.
The other teacher.
Brody?
Brody.
He's
Yes.
He's like
he's like the head of the
yes,
museum.
that guy.
He's the dean,
so he's
right?
the head. Yeah.
Yeah.
So he is telling him, no, you can't just run away from your problems, Indiana. And he's like, watch me. And so he's like packing up a suitcase, and you got to go around the office and find the things, and you find a vinyl record and a picture and like a bunch of other stuff, and then you close the suitcase, and then you're off onto your mission. It shows a little plane on the map, goes,
Oh, that's so cool.
like, you land in like Italy or something like that. I don't know. Or Rome. I don't know what it is. And then right, like he shows him
Rome's
jumping over a wall.
Italy.
Yeah, but I forget like where it's pinpointed
okay.
that he's doing like the next thing. Like I don't
Venice?
remember where it is. Something like that. And then he like jumps over a wall, and then it says like the first chapter, whatever the first part of the game is, and that's where I shut it down.
Oh.
Because that entire other sequence, like everything, like walking through the jungle and everything, it took me like a little over an hour to do all of that.
That's the kind of like get your bearings.
Kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you are learning how to punch, you are learning how to draw your whip, you are learning how to shoot people in the back of the like head. It's crazy. And then once you learn how to do all of that, then the game begins. And that's where you go and you start punching Nazis.
I'm gonna play this game. Always good to punch a Nazi.
Me too. Well, it's indie. I mean, you can't
It
go
is.
wrong with it.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
It can work either way.
Right?
But I got it for free in Game Pass. I don't know how much the game cost.
How much is Game Pass?
It's a monthly fee.
Yeah, how
it's
much?
like $12 a month, I think.
Really?
I got it at a
I
discount.
know it-
Yeah.
I know it was on the Indiana Jones was on sale. I think on sale. Get huge discounts on Indiana Jones and the Great Circle on Xbox
This is for
and
Switch?
Steam, Xbox and Steam.
Oh, for Steam.
15% off the premium edition, or 20% off standard, 25% off premium, and then 15% off the upgrade if you upgrade to premium. So it's 20%
Yeah.
off for standard edition.
I think the game that they give you as part of Game Pass is the standard edition, and
Okay.
you can pay the upgrade fee to get the other stuff. I don't know if it's. I mean, I guess for you it might be worth it because I know you're a much bigger Indiana Jones fan than I am. Because I think part of what you get in the upgrade is really just like different clothing and some other like elements that you can use throughout
What different
the game.
clothing? He wears one clothes.
No, he's got like Dr. Jones. Like, you saw how many faces were in the March Madness bracket? How dare you say he doesn't change his clothes?
Yeah, but he does.
How dare you, sir? It was your
disguises.
idea.
They're disguises. It's not like, all right, I'm Indiana Jones. I'm going out on an adventure. What am I going to wear?
Club Indie, shirtless
Club
Indie. Yeah, he was like
Professor
Dr.
Indy.
Jones, like Professor Indy. Come on, man. It was your game.
When he's the butler and he says, "No ticket." And that's my
No
favorite.
Right?
ticket, exactly.
One of my favorite lines in
Punch.
all of Indiana Jones.
So yeah, anyway, so far I'm enjoying it. I'm pretty sure that once I get the WWE game,
Why is this game
it is.
expensive?
Yeah.
It's 25% off. It's still
That's games, dude.
$75.
That's- Sadly, that is the price of games now. And it's been
Ends
like
March
that for a while.
3rd. I got to decide if I'm going to buy this.
Yeah.
But you know
When does
what?
the
We
sale
would
end?
we would
March 3rd.
play it like constantly, so I'd say it's worth it. I mean, look, compared to what Disney sells in merch,
Right, I know. It's
This
like
is not bad.
It's like 2 T-shirts or whatever.
right?
2 churros,
Yeah.
1 T-shirt,
And yeah.
and a partridge in a pear tree. It's
Right?
also expensive.
I mean, look, I'll tell you this. You could get the game for that much. Or you can get, let me see, hold on. Can I show what I
What do you got?
Oh, I didn't. You could pay about 40
Oh.
bucks. 40 bucks.
Nice.
Those are
So you see what I'm saying? I
those
say the
are
game
on
is
the
worth
way
it.
to me right now, or at some point.
Are they?
Yes. As soon as I heard that they were out, I texted a friend to
Yep.
get them for me. I don't know if you did
Yep.
the same, or did you just go to Downtown Disney?
Nope. I had the same friend do the same for me.
We both had the same idea.
Yep.
I
I'm
t-
like, I will Venmo you right now.
I texted Ryan and I was like, "Can you get these for me?" And it was just like, "Shut up" or whatever. And that was the only text message I got. And then the next text message was the
I got
picture
them.
of them.
It's funny.
I was like, "All right." It was like the next day. I was like, "Okay."
That is so funny. Yeah, we here got some gaming to do between my kids and I. I don't want to say that I gave up on Speedstorm, but I don't play it as much anymore. I will play the next season. Like, the Incredible season got split up into 3 like sections, and that was kind of annoying because each one costs money, and if you don't pay the money, like, it's harder to get the shards and tokens and stuff to upgrade. But I do want to play the next one because Tron is going to be the next season.
Yes, worth it.
Yeah, so for that one, I love seeing the new tracks. My intention with The Incredibles was to post first looks again like we did for the Pirates season, and I just didn't get an opportunity to do it, partially because I was kind of mad at the game because of how expensive everything was, and partially because I was just angry at the game because of how expensive everything was. And for Tron, I guess I could still post them because I have the videos, so I could just post them to YouTube. It'll be a season late, but at least people will get an idea of the new tracks that came with the new characters. For Tron, I'm really interested what they're gonna do with which characters they're bringing. I think it's gonna be based on Ares.
Most
so
likely.
I'm sure there's going to be at least 3 different characters, and if they do a 3-season split again, the free racers are probably going to be Sam, Korra, and I don't know who the third one would be.
The
for free.
Rizzler.
The Rizzler.
Big Justice.
No, never again, sir. But
I think they're
the
so
exciting
funny
thing-
to bring up because they're bad.
No,
like,
so
they're funny to
mean.
bring up. They're
No.
the worst.
And
The other little one is.
No, the poof poof bang guy or
Yeah.
bang
Woo!
like boom whatever. No more. What's it saying?
You don't know who the third one would be because I brought up the Rizzler.
Oh yeah, I don't know if they're doing 3 seasons for Tron or 2 again because people were so angry. But my favorite part of the game right now is the tracks themselves, like how well they adorn the levels and how they look so good. The new Pirates tracks, I remember that they added as part of that last update, are some of my favorite tracks. But yeah, I know I might play that. We have Indiana Jones to play. We have Dreamlight Valley to play, and so much more we can do with it now. We have... Oh, I didn't even tell you. I bought on eBay a used copy of... My kids wanted to play Kingdom Hearts, and because we don't have a working PlayStation 2, they couldn't play, and the games aren't backwards compatible that far back with our console. So I decided to buy the PS. They made like a PS4 box set of everything so far, and it's got like every game, and they released this like, I don't know, like 5, 8, 6, 10, 20 years ago. I don't remember when. It's probably like 6 or 7 years ago. But it was like every game up until this point before Kingdom Hearts 4. I think 3 is included in the box set as well. But I got it for such a good price. I got it for like $22 on eBay used.
Nice.
Wow.
And I'm waiting for that to come in.
This is like the complete set or whatever.
It's the
basically.
complete set of all the games. And for the ones that weren't available on console, that were either like mobile games or were on like the smaller consoles, like the Game Boy Advances and all that stuff, they did cinematics for them. So they kind of give you the story that was a part of that game.
You could just watch
so you could just kind of watch it and you don't have to play it because they can't port those games over
and so
to the other
Goofy
console.
Met Winnie the Pooh.
That's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
So I thought you hadn't played yet.
I've never played Kingdom Hearts. Well, that's a lie. I've played a little bit of Kingdom Hearts when like the first one came out, but because my brother liked them. But that was my jam.
I love the game. The game was very Final Fantasy, and if you were a Final Fantasy game,
Isn't that just like the concept is just Final
It was
Fantasy
basically that, yeah.
Disney.
It was by the same developer, basically.
Right.
The same guy that designed Final Fantasy designed Kingdom Hearts. Or I think it went... Yeah, he got moved over to work on Kingdom Hearts or something. I don't remember the story.
Something, blah, 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 Final
but I know
Fantasy.
that Kingdom Hearts 4 is going to be closer to a Final Fantasy game than it is Kingdom Hearts again. But my kids have been real psyched about
gonna
playing
be in it still?
I don't know. I think the
Stitch.
Kingdom Hearts 4 is supposed to be more of a reboot of the game.
Oh,
So
okay.
they're changing the story up a little bit. I think this one, if I remember correctly, I had read a story about how the guy that designed the game is going to do with Kingdom Hearts 4 what he always wanted to do from the very beginning.
Oh,
So
interesting.
it's supposed to be more in like a city that resembles Tokyo or something. I'd have to look into it a little bit more, but I'm excited because now I get to play. It's been, those things that you do sometimes, or like games you play that have been so long that you remember enough of it to remember you like it, but you don't remember enough where you're going to instantly know how to beat it again. Like you're going to have to try. Mm-hmm. That's kind of where I feel like I am with this game, where I know enough about it, I remember enough, and I know enough, I know how it ends and everything, but like if I played it again, I think I would enjoy it again, and I think I wouldn't remember enough where it would still be challenging to play it again.
That's good though.
Well, I just looked up. This article is from IGN. It says Kingdom Hearts 4, everything we know so far, and one of the official release images is Donald and Goofy. So it looks like they will be fact
there you go.
be in.
Hey.
There you go.
What if they just made Kingdom Hearts and they're like, it's just Sora and all the like Dark Shadows characters?
They could. I mean, you
know.
never know. I guess it really depends on how much Disney wants to play ball, and I don't know.
It's official.
It's been
like,
really
release.
weird
It's
with
like,
Disney and games and stuff.
Yeah, but it says like it's
Yeah.
like what does it say? Disney, developed by Square Enix. So I mean, I think they probably just have the run of the characters. It's probably going to be Moana, and it's going to be, I don't know, who else is going to be in there? Who's new since Kingdom Hearts 3? A lot of people, I guess, probably, right? When did Kingdom Hearts 3
Oh,
come
yeah.
out?
That would be a good way to see it. Or they could go back to some old
Kingdom
characters so they don't have to
Hearts
pay so
3.
much for the licensing.
Okay, Kingdom
That's
Hearts
the other option.
3 was 2019.
Yeah.
That had Monsters, Inc., Pirates of the Caribbean, Toy Story, and Big Hero 6.
That's right.
That's it?
Well, this is what on a poster. Maybe there's another one. I don't know.
I'm surprised there's no Inside Out.
Frozen. I see
No.
Olaf.
See, Inside Out, I could see happening in this one.
Yeah, Inside Out, Moana, maybe. I don't know. Kingdom Hearts 3 also had Rapunzel, I see here. Maybe it's, I don't know, Duffy the Disney Bear.
Now that would be a shakeup. Imagine watching Duffy the Bear fighting, just getting like tearing everything down. That's a game I would want to play.
SEA.
Oh my goodness!
They go to
Can we
SEA
just
Village.
get an SEA game at this point? See, that's what I want
that
Square
would be
Enix to
great.
make. Can we
SEA
get
the game.
Square Enix or Bethesda, who made the Indiana Jones game? Can we just get somebody on giving us a Society of Explorers and Adventurers
They could make it.
game?
They could make it like
They
that
could.
game everybody loved, Red Dead Redemption 2 or whatever.
Yes.
Everybody or Red
It
Red
could
Dead
be like
Redemption.
Grand Theft Auto,
but
but
Grand-
SEA edition.
Yeah, Grand Theft Auto SEA. So there's like biplanes and like
Exactly.
blimps and
You're all like
and
extreme, and I'm here like
horses and-
Clue.
camels.
I would go for that. I mean, if it has puzzle, whatever it is, I just want an SEA game. And
Yeah.
each
It's just Indiana
like, each
Jones, but with a
character-
bunch of other people.
Yes. And if they want to release a series of games where each one is each individual member of the
Ooh,
SEA.
you got like 40 games.
Exactly. Exactly. Imagine your game library at that point.
Imagine
Boom.
my
Ooh.
wallet
Perfect.
at that point.
Well, I mean-
$100. Jeez.
We would have to talk to Disney and tell them, look, guys, I know it's going to be like 40 games, but you can't charge people more than like $25 for these, because that way everybody gets to enjoy them. You'll sell more of them, okay? Because when they're too high priced, people are like, ew, gross. We're not paying
Yes,
that,
I agree. Ew, gross.
right? So, but it was like 20 or $25. And then if it went on sale on like the Xbox or PlayStation or on Steam for like, I don't know, $17, people would be like,
Gotta
wow,
get an Xbox.
yum. That's like, I would buy this, right? And then they would play. So,
Right,
sell
even if
more
they don't
by
know who
charging
Harrison
less.
Hightower is.
oh, they'll know. Oh, they'll know. Just wait until they're done playing the game. They'll know. And they'll enjoy it too. He's a good character.
I want to play the freaking the Lord Henry Mystic game. That's the game I'm
I want to
talking
play
about.
all of them. All of them.
Let's do it.
Imagine being in the Wild West with Barnabas T. Bullion.
I was gonna say.
It's like Back to the Future 3.
Dun, 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 dun.
Or the
Remember
Lone
when
Ranger that nobody
remember
watched.
when ZZ Top was in Back to the Future 3? Remember that?
Yes.
That's like a good part.
ZZ Top can even be in the SEA game.
And then he says, "Nobody calls me yellow."
They could do the same thing in this game. See, we're just giving them everything they need to put this together. Okay, we're idea people. And now, run with it, Disney. You have our blessing.
Right?
Back to the Future 3 plus to Barnabas T. Bullion. Go.
All right. Well, hey, speaking of games, we got March Mayhem coming up. It is, as of this episode that we are recording, well, while we're recording this, we're about a week or so away from launching March Mayhem 2025. We're putting Star Wars characters up against each other. We posted the bracket over on Discord. The bracket will also be posted on our Instagram stories. We're going to pin it so that you can download it, you can fill it out, and you can just message it to us on Instagram. Or you can join us over on Discord and post it for everyone to see. But your prediction will be put up against everyone else's predictions, and if you get the closest or you guess the winner, you can potentially get a prize. And this year we are going to be giving away either a little statuette of either the bust of Yoda or Darth Vader, whichever you choose, and it's going to be fun. Yay. So that's going to be starting soon. Most the voting will all be taking place on Instagram. It's the easiest place for us to get some polling done, so we're going to be doing that
right?
On the stories. Yeah, that's how we've done it for past March Mayhem tournaments. And if you have any questions, just feel free to reach out to us or join us over on Discord. It'll, if this is your first time doing March Mayhem, it's pretty fun.
People are already predicting some stuff on Discord, yeah?
I have comments.
Oh, you have comments?
Who had comments?
I have a comment. I told her, you may or may not be getting a shout out. And I'm talking about FGP Squad Heather. She said the bracket is complete chaos. And I'm like,
nice.
Hey, Heather, listen. It could have been worse. It could have been had any of the stuff that I actually wanted on the list, like Bail Organa on there.
Oh,
but
Father Organa.
Yes, Bail Organa.
Father Senator
Organa.
Yeah. Senator Daddy Organa.
Yes.
Senator Daddy.
And Lumpy.
And Lumpy. Exactly. And Lumpy.
I think this is why we have to do the
Stumpy, if you will.
Droids and Friends, where it is chaos.
Yeah. Oh,
yeah.
by the way,
Afterwards.
I do remember Heather corrected us because it's IG-11, not IG-88.
IG-88 is a different droid that is a bounty hunter.
Yes,
but
we were
IG-11
specifically talking
the
about
one
from
The
the Mandalorian.
Yes.
Yeah. So thank you for that correction. I did see a comment from Brian where he was predicting that it was going to happen the same way that the Simpsons one, where it ended up being Bart versus Homer because of where they were in opposite ends.
Mm-hmm.
And he's saying it's going to be Luke versus Vader. So I'm going to put this out there. For all of you with 32 Gmail accounts,
yes,
log in with all of them to Instagram. Or if you have multiple Instagram accounts, go in and make sure that Luke and Vader don't make it to the end.
Right. Let's see an upset.
I want to see Baby Yoda win. It's got to be... Oh, wait. Grogu didn't even make the bracket.
No.
Then it's got to be Din Djarin. My boy Din Djarin. He is the closest thing to Grogu that we're going to have in this bracket. Do you still think Roger Rabbit's going to win?
I'm going to vote for Roger Rabbit in my own way. But I don't know. I'm going to predict... Let's see. I should look at this bracket that Heyzen posted, because I already forgot who's on it. Discord. That's where this bracket was posted, right?
Yep.
Here it is. Let's see. I'm going to vote for... Chewbacca all the way, baby.
You think it's going to be Chewbacca?
I don't know if it's going to be, but I say Chewbacca all the way.
Okay. Mel, do you have any predictions?
I didn't even have to look at the bracket. I'm just going to go with Leia.
All right.
I mean, who knows? But I would love to see an upset. Like Heather says, let's cause chaos.
Chewbacca all the way.
Well, she didn't say to cause chaos. I'm saying let's cause chaos.
What do you got, Heyzen?
I mean, it is. Honest, I probably would go with Din Djarin, but I don't know, man. Matt the Technician's up there. if anybody else wins. I want Matt the Technician to beat his grandpapa.
Right?
That's what I want. Because then Brian's prediction would be eliminated immediately.
Boom.
And it's not that
Brian.
I don't mind if Brian wins, but Brian's so good at this.
He is.
That he can look at the bracket and kind of figure it out at the beginning. But Heather's right. This is pretty chaotic. And we didn't seed anyone on purpose. Everyone was randomly seated,
right? With
the exception of Han versus Leia. I did make a special request to put them up against each other.
Yes, you did.
But I don't know. I like how this one turned out, and I'm interested to see where we get to for the championship. But
And
yeah,
then we'll just do a actual chaos one in April.
where it's Roger Rabbit versus everyone.
Yes, Roger Rabbit, Droids and Friends, and Roger Rabbit.
The many faces of Roger Rabbit.
Hey, there's enough.
Yeah, I don't know. Din Djarin and or Matt the Technician. That's what I'm going for.
All right.
Can I choose just one? No.
That's okay.
No.
Chewbacca all the way, baby.
Chewbacca's a solid choice, but he is going up against Lando.
Yeah, but come on, it's Chewbacca. You gotta let the Wookiee win.
That should be on a damn T-shirt. You gotta let the Wookiee win.
I'm pretty sure that's on 100 T-shirts.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see.
If it's find it. If it's not, we're putting it on a T-shirt.
I think we still can. Let's see. I looked up "Let the Wookiee Win" shirt, and there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
It already exists. What about "Let My Wookiee Win"?
How many fonts? Because that's a different thing.
Yeah, it could be in the. You know, we got
my Wookiee.
Yeah, there's so many. But that doesn't mean we also can't have our own Wookiee Let the
That's
Wookiee
true.
Win shirt.
That's true.
This one says "Let the Wookiee Win," and it's Chewbacca, and he's wearing a.
What if our
shirt
shirt said,
hat.
let my bent Wookiee win"?
My bent Wookiee?
Yeah, because you know how Ralph says, "I bent my Wookiee."
No.
You don't remember that episode? Where he was like...
Okay, I don't. I tell you what, I started watching The Simpsons during the pandemic.
Okay.
And but I would like put them on as I was going to bed, so I fell asleep during a lot of them. So who knows what I don't remember. And I got through like 9 seasons or something.
Wow,
And...
you sleep a lot.
Right?
The pandemic was
That's
long.
called a coma.
The pandemic
That's not
was
sleep.
long.
9 seasons is a coma, sir.
Let's see.
That's long.
Let's see. What season? Now I'm curious as to what season of The Simpsons I'm on Disney Plus, because that's where I watched it when they're like, "Hey, The Simpsons are here. Continue watching." It's not there anymore because it's been so long. Simpsons.
They're like, you don't have access to this anymore.
Play
They
season.
revoked your privileges.
Season 15 is the smart.
Whoa.
I got to season 15.
Wow.
And you don't remember any of it.
I don't remember much.
Wow. All right. Well,
Just watch the highlights.
should I just watch?
see,
just
that
like...
would be a fun game if we quiz Andrew on Sleepy Simpsons trivia.
All right, let's do it. You know what? I'm happy to make up the answers if I don't know them.
Wait, so you're going to provide the answers to the questions?
So you'll ask us the questions,
And
you'll
you'll
ask me
provide
the
the
question,
answers.
and I will answer them to my
I thought
best
you were
of
gonna.
my...
I thought you were gonna give me the questions that you already knew the answers
Oh
to.
no! You ask.
You're tired.
You ask me any question you want about The Simpsons. If I don't know it, I'll make up the answer.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
And the answer to everything is Ralph Wiggum.
Or donut.
Or donut. Oh, lard lad. Yeah. Or Crunchy the Clown.
Crunchy.
I am too, Crunchy the Clown.
What?
I don't know what's going on over here.
So that is from the episode where they go to Camp Krusty.
Okay.
And
Oh, gosh, how did I
they
forget
don't
that?
have the real Krusty the Clown come, and so they
True.
get Barney the drunk to
Yeah.
dress up as Krusty, and he's like all messed up, and he barely looks like. He's like, "Hey, that's not Krusty the Clown." He's like, "I am too, Crunchy the Clown." All right. Well, we should move on here because we do have a little game that we want to play before we talk about this really awesome video. Maybe we'll leave the game. I just saw how long we've been recording, but
Yeah.
maybe we'll leave the game for next episode because I do want to talk about this video because I thought it was pretty awesome. Before we do, though, I do want to take a moment to thank a very special group of listeners known as the FGP Squad, our podcast Fairy Godparents, because it's their support via Patreon that help make these episodes of Podketeers possible. For more information on how you can become part of the FGP Squad family, we invite you to go to podketeers.com/FGP. There you will find a list of some of our top contributors. You will find a link to our Patreon, a little information about what the FGP Squad is all about. But being a part of the FGP Squad family gets you some additional perks like access to additional content that we've uploaded to Patreon, discount codes whenever we release new Podketeers gear. There is random giveaways. There's a special section of Discord. You're called a cool cat and a cool kitten by Andrew.
Yeah, sign up.
Yeah. So again, podketeers.com/FGP. And of course, to all of the members of the FGP Squad, we just want to send a huge thank you for your continued support. And since we're talking about links, I do want to remind you that podketeers.com/links is our favorite link on our website. It's really not, but it's one of our favorite links because
I like that guy from Zelda.
I like that guy from Zelda too. Which one?
Link?
Rhett? Good.
No, that's good.
Mythical Morning.
That's a podcast that we don't have access to, that we don't have the rights to.
Podketeers.com/links is where you'll find some of our most commonly asked for links, including our latest episode, a link to the Quizneyland playlist. You'll also find a link to our Discord channel, which we were talking about earlier. You can join the community by clicking on the link through there. You'll also find a link to the FGP Squad. You'll find a link to our YouTube channel and our buddy Larry's YouTube channel, Goofy Guys Adventures, on there as well. You'll also find a link to our Armchair Imagineering episodes. I will be posting the March Mayhem bracket on podketeers.com/links, so if you're interested in participating, that's going to be an easy way to find the bracket. And then once you fill it out, you can either share it with us over on Instagram, or you can share it with us by joining our Discord community. And then you'll be a part of the contest for who gets closest or who guesses the winner for this year. I do want to say that in order to participate and in order to win, you do have to be 18 to win. And you do have to be within the United States. I've been hearing a lot about how it's expensive to ship externally to other countries. And so, sadly, we're going to have to keep it within the U.S. We've had to mail twice out of the country before, and once was a nightmare because it just kept getting stuck in customs, and that was not fun. So, yeah, we are going to keep it to the U.S., and you do have to be 18 in order to win. Podketeers.com/links. Check it out. Create a shortcut. Remember it. Love it. Cherish it. And if you can help us over on YouTube, that would be super awesome. We're almost to 600 subscribers, and our goal for the end of the year is to get to 1,000. But we're super close to 600. So if you haven't signed up for to be part of our YouTube channel, head on over, hit that subscribe button, maybe hit the bell icon for some notifications whenever we post new videos. And yeah, let's get back to the podcast here. All right. So I wanted to share, I posted this video in our chat, and we've talked about this creator before. His name is Zach. And he is a huge fan of the Haunted Mansion, but this video that he posted talks about an effect, an illusion that we've talked about before, which is Tokyo Disneyland's Enchanted Tale of Beauty and the Beast. Mm-hmm. And it's specifically the effect where the Beast transforms into the prince. Not Prince Adam, just the prince. Just want to make that clear. Not Adam. It's not his name. Just want to put that out there. Anyway, so this video is fantastic because Zach loves to talk about the illusions, and he's talked about like Pepper's Ghost before and stuff like that. But this video, I remember sending it to you and just doing the little heart eyes emoji because he goes through the exercise of building this attraction out.
Right, the effect.
Yeah. To have the space to be able to do this stuff and the time and...
My same reaction.
Yeah. I don't know. Like I love watching these videos, and I love supporting creators that do this type of stuff because it gets me excited about like what we can do as not engineers or not like Imagineers or anything like that, but it does kind of give you an idea of what's possible with almost everyday things. Like he's got a pretty advanced studio, right? And he's got some friends that got some technological advancements available to them. But I don't want to play the whole video. I will link it so that you can watch it, but I do want to scrub through a few pieces of it, and I do want to highlight a few things. I'm not going to play the audio for the video because, again, I would like you to go watch his video in its entirety because it is so worth a watch, and listening to his rationale as to how he comes to the conclusions is how we come to conclusions and when we start dissecting effects as well. So one of the questions I've gotten, I don't know if you've ever had a conversation like this, Andrew, but there's some conversations that I have with like coworkers or like colleagues that have listened to the podcast, and you know, we talk about attractions. They're like, well, how do you know how it happens? And in many cases, we don't know, right? Like we're speculating, like a lot of it's our best guess, but we use a lot of what we know about how the effects are done when they do explain them. And in this one, the thing that was specifically like the thing that really drew me in is that he talks a lot about magicians and stage magic and the effects that they used to use, because it's very practical in how they pull this effect off. And it's also the basis of how he builds the mechanism that allows him to pull off this effect, right?
If it ain't broke, don't fix it is kind of the adage there.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
So there's here, I want to find the part where there's this piece where he's like building out the stage basically for the attraction. This is where the vehicles would be coming through, and he does talk about how there is a bit of a Pepper's Ghost effect here, but he breaks down the angle, the placement, the lighting that he's setting up in order to pull off the effect, because for those of you that aren't familiar with it, the Pepper's Ghost effect is essentially a reflection of something, and it's reflected onto a 45-degree angle pane of glass that makes it look ghost-like, right? And depending on how much lighting you have behind it or on the sides of it, it will look more opaque depending on what's being basically reflected onto that mirror.
And so so Pepper's Ghost, like this effect specifically is using a 45-degree angle, but it doesn't necessarily have to be that, because like in the Haunted Mansion, it's a vertical piece of glass. The angle is specifically for where you are putting
for the visual, right?
Well, it's basically where you're putting the thing you want reflected. So if it's like over in the corner, like the Pepper's Ghost that's in Pinocchio, the ride with the blue fairy, that one is at a 40. This one here, it's a 45-degree angle with the top facing
away from you. Yeah,
and so that means that the effect is happening up in the ceiling, basically.
Yeah, they're projecting down.
Yeah. And the one in Pinocchio, it's at a 45 but facing vertically at an angle, because it's like over there in the corner the blue fairy is. So it's just like how the Haunted Mansion is vertical because it's above and below you, but the glass is so big that it can do that.
Right. So as part of this exercise, he talks about how he figured out, and he does the same thing that we do, right? Like we watch these videos and he just watches them over and over and over, and he tries to figure out the key points where certain things happen. And he eventually figures out that I hadn't put this part together. I don't know if you had put this part together, Andrew, but he figures out that the beast is actually two pieces, that the bottom piece revolves at a different angle and has a different rotation than the top half of the beast.
Well,
does.
he doesn't say that it rotates at the same speed. It's just that it's because basically there has to be a motor and a pivot point somewhere for the robot arm to connect to. And so there has to be, if this is like the pivot point for the thing, there has to be a motor, and then there has to be a top piece and a bottom piece. So he just was in the video, he points out you can see the like line where it's like this is the top and this is the bottom, and that's so that it can spin around something.
Yeah.
Because that also has to have a point where the robot arm can pick it up. This is like 90%, I think, what I had figured out. You know, I didn't draw anything out. It's just me thinking, so I have no proof. But, you know,
I mean, we recorded an episode, so it's out there. There's proof.
Yeah, that's true.
So yeah, it's definitely. But he went above and beyond.
Oh, he sure did.
Showing us how this happened.
My favorite part is when he uses these Easter eggs to basically build out the beast.
Because he shows where he can put the motor inside, and then they build the beast around.
Gosh, this is so cool.
Yeah, and then he had a sculptor friend of his sculpt out the beast from clay and use the pieces of the egg, which were independently spinning as part of it. And then, like I said, he's got here's the beast that they put together. I think it looks so good. But yeah, he's got an entire studio. You could tell that he's got the equipment. Here's the piece of glass that we were talking about that he's setting up. He sets up all of his lights. And so here's
this is
the actual attraction. This is what he was trying to replicate. And he does talk about how you could see this was something that we talked about the last time we talked about this one, that the prince animatronic comes up from the ground as the other effects are happening, but the lighting doesn't fully show like everything because they're trying to hide like the rods that I heard this weird alarm in the background, right?
Who was that? You, Heyzen?
That's not me.
Oh, it was Melissa?
Is it Mel?
Okay.
That was funny.
We're keeping it in.
We got a live episode,
right?
But yeah, he talks about how they hide the rods using lighting and all that stuff. So he wanted to do the same thing. So he comes up with this mechanism to essentially bring up the little animatronic beast that he creates. He's using little projectors to project all the effects and stuff. And here's the whole rig, right? So again,
so cool.
This rig is not something that everyone is going to get an opportunity to put together, right? But it does give you an idea of this is kind of what Imagineers do, right? Like this is how they workshop things at this level, and this is how they test things before it goes up on a larger scale. Because if something doesn't work at this level, it's going to be less likely to work on a larger level, on a larger scale, right? So these types of videos, I think, are some of my favorite, like, because when you have the space and you have the means to put these experiments together, it really does help you learn a little bit more. And for kids, for anyone aspiring to be an Imagineer, or, you know, maybe you want to work for Universal, who knows, maybe you really like Epic Universe, I don't know, who am I to tell you who to work for? But if you are looking to be in that industry that creates attractions or creates these types of effects, these are the videos you want to be watching, because they really do help you dissect them. It shows you the type of thinking and the thought process behind it, right? There's a little bit of critical thinking involved here, and I think that's a really good skill to have when you're trying to figure these things out.
Yeah, there's a point. So we saw in the video that there was like an actuator, but he says, I ended up using a standing desk to make the thing go up and down. And you can see in the video that the background is just a big TV monitor. What was the other thing that I wanted to point out? Oh, something that he pointed out that I didn't think of, and I should have as a person who does lighting design, that how they hid some of like the Pepper's ghost and make it look so real is like how dark the scenery is behind it. And you can see in the video of the attraction there's just basically a big black darkness directly behind where the beast is, and there's lights on either side of it on the set, but it's basically completely dark behind until the effect is over, and then the beast is transformed and it's light everywhere, which is something I just didn't think of, and it's surprising I didn't, but it's always good to add that to your arsenal of things and can use at some point.
Yeah, especially with all the stage stuff you set up. I mean, I know you will for certain use it at some point.
Hopefully. I'd love to do a Pepper's Ghost effect in a show one time, but hey, getting a piece of glass that big is gonna be nuts.
Yeah. Well, if you're asking yourself how did his effect turn out, I actually don't want to show you that. I would prefer that you go watch Zach's video again, mainly to support all the effort that he put into this, because his explanation, his rationale, the way that he talks about how each piece was put together for this little mini effect, I think is really worth a watch. It's not a very long video. It's about 10 minutes long. So I'm not going to show you the effect. If you want to watch it, you got to go watch it on Zach's channel. It's totally worth the watch.
Go subscribe to Podketeers and then go subscribe to his channel. And
There you go. Win-win.
Yes. And then if you like his video, leave a comment saying, I saw it on Podketeers. You should go on Podketeers and talk about these effects and talk about your love of Haunted Mansion so we can all geek out together.
Yeah,
Just
why
saying.
not? Come on, Zach.
All right. I think that's going to wrap it up for this episode. What do you think?
Sounds good.
Sounds good.
All right. We got a Quizneyland this week, right?
There will be a Quizneyland coming out after this episode of Podketeers airs.
What do we got coming this week?
Well, we do have stuff. We're going to talk about Tokyo Disneyland.
Ooh.
Magazines. The answer is not about magazines, but the question's about magazines. I think Heyzen will like that question. Doc Ock.
Are the magazines still in the box that they shipped them to you in?
I don't know. I don't own any of these
Because
magazines.
most of mine are still in the little folding
the
box
D23 magazines
that they sent.
They're all on a shelf.
They're all on the shelf, but they're all in the boxes they come in.
They come in a magazine shelf.
Yes.
And Doc Ock and Radio Disney.
Oh.
Ooh.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, we got our game for next week. It's going to be fun. It's a little Marvel game that Mel found. So we'll save it. We're going to wrap up this episode. We're going to go get some rest. March Mayhem is coming. Download the bracket. Make your predictions. There's a prize at stake. I want to say that, we're right that Luke and/or Vader is not going to win. Well, it can't be
Chewbacca
and. It's got to be or, right? It's not going to be Luke or Vader. It's according to Andrew, it's going to be Chewbacca. According to Mel, it's going to be Leia. According to me, it's going to be Matt the technician beating his grandpappy potentially, and winning the whole thing if it's not Din Djarin. And we'll see. We'll see who wins.
We'll see.
It's going to be fun.
Yeah.
All right. Until next time, keep dreaming, keep moving forward, and always remember to pass on the magic. Have a fantastic week, everyone.
Bye.
See ya. I just realized I didn't have this here the whole time. It's always here.
And now they're there.